So it's turn 3, we're already missing land drops, but look at the start that some of these black-red decks in this format can have. Super explosive, and our hand is just loaded. Hello Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Before we hop into the draft, I want to thank all of you, the subscribers, for supporting the channel here today. And because I love you all so much, I've unlocked access to the Daily Draft Discord, available to subscribers and non-subscribers alike. There's a link in the description to join the Discord, so check that out because we'd love to have you on board. Also, if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel here, you will get access to an exclusive subscribers-only channel on the server. So if you're not subscribed yet, you will absolutely want to be to have access to that and to just support the channel in general. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you're here for not the first time, clearly you've come back for one reason or another, and a quick subscription would go a long way in showing support for the channel. Alright, with that out of the way, let's dive into our draft for today. Alright, here we are with pack 1, pick 1. We've got a bit of a weak pack here today. Our rare, I don't think is that great. It's not really worth splashing. There's not a ton of tokens here in the format. It's kind of a sweeper, but in red, green, and white, you don't really want to be sweeping the board very often. Broker's Charm is obviously very good. Cormella is fine, but I don't know if I want to take Cormella this early. There's Plasma Jockey and Mayhem Patrol, and honestly, I think I'm on one of these. I'm not exactly sure which of these. I've never been presented with Plasma Jockey versus Mayhem Patrol pack 1, pick 1. There's also just the lands, but like, I mean, this pack is just overall very underwhelming. I really just don't want to start with a 3-color card if I can at all help it, unless it's like Zeatora the Incinerator or Jetmir or something. So I think I'm going to land on the cheaper red Blitz creature here, and I'm not going to put that much weight into this card as far as the draft goes, so unless there's like a ton of red cards flowing. So we'll take the Mayhem Patrol and we'll see what comes. Okay, so there's Exotic Pets and Obscura Charm, which don't go with our first pick, but that's okay. There's these red cards, which also are these white cards, which also don't go with our first pick. But there's also just a Body Dropper here, and Body Dropper Mayhem Patrol is a really good start to a red-black deck. It's not an ideal start to a red-black deck, but it's fine enough. And if we see another Body Dropper next pack or something, we can kind of just be off to the races with red-black. I don't think we need to speculate on either of these. Obscura Charm is like okay. Hold for Ransom and Backup Agent are pretty good in white, but I don't think there's a need to take something like this over Body Dropper when you already have a Mayhem Patrol in your pile that goes pretty well with it. So we'll start there and see if Black-Red's open. Black-Red's been one of the more contested decks lately too. It's basically like there's 3 or 4 Brokers drafters at the table, followed by 2 Black-Red and an Obscura, and then someone else trying to figure out whatever else they can do. I think I'm going to land on Rafine's Tower here. Everything else is just very underwhelming. Wrecking Crew has been okay. Well, there's also like Crooked Custodian. This land doesn't really touch our colors very well. But that's not to say we're going to be black-red. I'm not married to just being black-red already. And these cards are just so whatever. I mean, we can get any single one of these cards could wheel. The lands are probably the best. So I think I'm just going to take the Rafine's Tower and just see what comes here. See if something ends up being open, because I just don't really care about any of those black or red cards. We can get them pick 10 if we wanted them. Okay, now we see a Freelance Muscle, but this card has been awkward. It's been very good on the other side of the battlefield. It's just, it needs very specific decks. Like red-green wants to be very aggressive. So do you put it in that? Green-white, I think, can handle a card like this because it tends to go a little bit later with some value engines. I don't really know where to put that card. Masked Bandits has actually been pretty good, in my opinion. There's also Exhibition Magician, and I think I'm going to land on that with the Body Dropper already. Makes 2 bodies, could give us a treasure if we want it. So, just going to take the Magician here. And we'll see if we can read any signals here starting in pick 5. So Rumor Gatherer is pretty good in white, but it's hard to cast, and it really only goes in specific decks here in the format. There's been a lot of these lands coming around. I think I'm going to land on Strangle. That's a really good card for our deck so far, and it's honestly probably just the best card in this pack. Even over Rumor Gatherer, I think. So we're just going to take the 1-mana removal spell here. We're only basically 4 picks in, and I'm still kind of willing to, like if we open like Rafine or something in pack 2, I'm almost willing to just go with that. Now there's Torch Breath and Light 'em Up. I think I'm going to take the Torch Breath here. It's a decent removal spell. For 1 blue mana can get rid of a shield counter, or 1 red mana can get rid of a shield counter on a blue permanent. Light 'em Up's okay. Initiate's like fine, whatever. Quick Draw Dagger in certain decks. But I think I'm going to take the removal spell here in Torch Breath. The way I'll know red-black is really open for us is if we get one here in the last 2 picks. If we get a Body Dropper here in 7 or 8. There is another Mayhem Patrol, though. So, I mean, red aggressive decks look to be open here at the seat. So we're just going to take the Mayhem Patrol. And would love to get another Body Dropper here right now. Would love to wheel the Plasma Jockey in pack 1. If there's a pick 6 Mayhem Patrol, we might be able to wheel that Plasma Jockey. Okay, Fatal Grudge. I think I'm going to land on Fatal Grudge over Light 'em Up. Light 'em Up's decent in our deck so far, but I think Fatal Grudge has been very, very good. Glamorous Outlaw if we're looking to go a little bit later, but like later in the game. But so far, we're looking to be pretty low to the ground here with just a bunch of 2-drops. So let's see if that Plasma Jockey comes back. It did come back, and the curse is already on it, so you know what's up. Okay, so I think red's pretty wide open at this table here, so we're just going to keep taking the red aggressive cards as long as they're going to pass them to us. Now I'm trying to think what green cards would push me into red-green here in pack 2. Because black hasn't seemed particularly open. Specifically, red-black has, but not black. So I'm just gonna take Wrecking Crew here, but I don't think it fits our deck very well right now. There's another one. Just take the 1-drop. I don't think we're not playing 2 Wrecking Crews. Because black hasn't seemed particularly open, but if we open something like Zeatora or Zeator's Envoy, or I'm thinking something like Gala Greeters. That green Blitz dies into a 4/4 creature. I think I'd be willing to move into red-green for some of those. But let's see here. Light 'em Up last pick. Wow. Well, here's the moment red-green, right? We could play this in red-green. However, the only token generator we have so far is Magician here, and that doesn't particularly go well with Ginny Faye. We could splash blue for Corpse Appraiser with no fixing so far, or we could just take Murder. I think I'm going to take the Murder here. Again, there's a Jewel Thief too, so like, is a Jewel Thief better than a Body Dropper and a Fatal Grudge? And a Murder? Probably not. Freelance Muscle, same thing. I don't think it wants to go in this deck. We're just so low to the ground. Lands are okay. Maybe one of this like Riveteer's Overlook will wheel or something. But I'm just going to take the Murder here and See if we can stay down red-black. I guess another Torch Breath. Fake Your Own Death has been quite good. Initiate would be okay. Antagonize is fine. But I think Torch Breath is better than all of those for now. Really, really looking for more body droppers with this deck. So we're getting cut already from the left, which is weird. But I guess I'll take the Initiate as another 2-drop. I like these blue cards here, but we can't really go into blue. So we'll just take the Initiate and hope that our neighbor didn't somehow end up in black-red underneath us, which would be strange because we cut all of the red cards. So we will see. Okay. Now we see Girder Goons, and I think we're happy to pick up our first copy of that here in this deck. Blue-white seeming to be flowing from the left. Girder Goons, Dig Up the Body is fine, but we don't have like a ton of good things we want to be getting back right now. Magician and Overlook, either of these wheeling would be fine. But we're definitely going to take Girder Goons here. Still have 4 picks for a body dropper in this pack. Plasma Jockey and Orfeo on the splash. I think I'll just take the Plasma Jockey here. Yeah, that seems exactly what our deck wants to be doing right now. We've got the Bandits here in the sideboard. The Rafine's Tower is really not doing anything. So I think we'll just put that over there. If we found something we really wanted to splash blue for, I think I'd play this. Because it could be a black-blue tap land that could cycle. But not right now. Okay. We have a Requisitioner here. I've come up a little bit on this card. It's been okay. 2-mana 3/1 trades with something, gets you a treasure. Or you can blitz it out as well. So I'll take the 2-drop over the Magician here. Magician's just a little slow in a deck like this. Requisition, not an awful thing to sack to light him up. There's another light him up. I think that's what we're going to land on here. Ooh, Mayhem Patrol versus Plasma Jockey again. I think I'm going to land on the 2-drop over the 3rd Jockey. But I would definitely play a 3rd Jockey if it came around to us. Alright, so we are taking body droppers over a lot of things in Pack 3. Hoping for some something like Jaxus or a couple more Strangles. Hoping for some cheap, low-to-the-ground, good threats here. Because we're a little threat light. If they just drop like a 5/5 or something, we have Murder. And, like, that's it. A couple of Torch Breaths, I guess, too. Overlook came back, so that's great. Swamp or Mountain. Could also enable a green splash if we wanted to somehow play Bandits or something like that. Fake Your Own Death versus Antagonize. Do we have anything right now? I honestly think Antagonize might be better in this deck. Yeah, I think it is. I usually like Fake Your Own Death over that. But, in this deck, Antagonize is what's going to keep these creatures alive and can push through the last bit of damage as well. I've won a couple games using Antagonize in this format, so. Okay, Magician and Overlook came back. How much do we want another Magician? I guess I'll take that over the land. That's a close one. I'm just kind of counting on the extra body being relevant to things like Fatal Grudge and hopefully more body droppers. the reason I took Magician over the land there, and the fact that we don't really have anything that's green that we want to splash right now. Bandits is like okay. Market Tycoon is not a green thing you really want to be splashing, so I think this pack is a pretty easy murder here. It's the only black card. The only red card is Sticky Fingers, so I mean it's kind of a whiff of a pack for us. So we're just going to take murder and move on. I think we should get hooked up this pack. I would be shocked if anyone in our right is in red-black. We're definitely going to keep getting the red cards. I mean, red seems quite open. Alright, bit of a whiff of a pack again. We already have 2 light 'em ups. I don't think I'm going to play 3. Dig up the body. Like, what are we even getting back? Girder Goons, Plasma Jockey. Like, that's okay. I might just take another Antagonize here. It's just another way to push through damage and make our creatures survive. Antagonize on Mayhem Patrol is quite good. So 3 Mayhem Patrols and 2 Antagonizes is not bad. I think that's what I'm going to take here. Honestly, the light 'em up's still going to wheel. So, like... maybe we play that anyway. So Spar's Headquarters is not the land for us. Dusk Mangler is not the creature for us. It's just way too expensive for our deck. Involuntary Employment could be good. We have 1 Body Dropper and 2 light 'em ups. And we're probably going to end up with 3. So I think I'll take that. That could be a decent way to push the last bit of damage too. If they just drop a 5/5 and we just steal it and attack with everything. I think that's where I'm going to land. And then I'm really, really hoping we get another body dropper here in the next 5 picks. That would go a long way. Deal Gone Bad, dig up the body, light 'em up, number 3. Ognis could be cast in our deck. It's a 4-mana 3/3 haste. That's kind of hard to cast. I'm not sure how much we're in the market for that. I really do think we're going to get another light 'em up, so I'm going to take my first Deal Gone Bad here as a bit of an expensive way to deal with like a Disciplined Duelist or something, because that card can like shut down our deck. So I'm going to take that, and I still think we're going to be able to get another light 'em up if we want it. Well, we'll play the Proving Ground, that's for sure. It's that, dig up the body of Wrecking Crew. And dig up the body, and again, in this deck, it's not really at its best. We're not getting back great creatures. So we'll take the Proving Ground here. We could play a couple of these bandits to kind of like have something to do in the late game. So we could play like a bandit over a Wrecking Crew or something like that. Alright, decent options here. We've got Jockey, Deal Gone Bad, Requisitioner number 2. Think I'm going to land on Plasma Jockey here over Requisitioner. That could be wrong. Let's look at our curve. Yeah, we got a ton of 2-drops. So I'm just going to take the Plasma Jockey, and we got 2 picks for a body dropper. Nope. Rogues Gallery. We're only getting back... Again, it's the same thing as the other regrowth spell. It's not very good in our deck, but, I mean, nothing else here is good either. Guess we can take the Revel Ruiner. Ooh, Strangle versus Girder Goons. That's a very hard one. We've got removal. Yeah, I think we've got enough removal. I think we can take another decent blitz threat here in Girder Goons. I would love to just take a Goons, take a Strangle, and call it a day. Alright, so nothing really came back for us, but we didn't expect it to, so... I think I'm fine running a copy of Bandits in this deck. Light 'em up came back anyway, like I said, and I think because we got the employment, 3 light 'em ups might be okay. It works pretty well with Mayhem Patrol as well, because it can buff itself to +2/+, or get to a 2/2, then you could sacrifice it if you blitzed it. It's only a 4 mana combo there. And the other one came back anyway. I don't think we're playing 4. So I think the argument here is Masked Bandits or 16 lands without the Bandits. And I think I want to go 16 lands, no Bandits here. I don't even think we need 3 of these, to be honest. We've got a Body Dropper and 2 Light 'em Ups and a Fatal Grudge to go with our employment. That's not bad. Deal gone bad. Might be a little expensive for what we're trying to do. Torch Breath is kind of over here a little bit. And it seems like a good modal removal spell if we start, like, kind of flooding out a little bit. Get rid of one of those big creatures. So, don't really like Initiate, but we need some creatures. We only got 13. Got a lot of removal. Didn't really get there on the good black-red deck, but... we can steal some games to some opponents who kind of have bad mana bases or something like that. So that's what we'll hope on. There's a heck of an avatar right there. I don't even know what that is. Oh, this hand is so slow. We can't even cast Murder. We're not doing... I mean, we can trade for their 2-drop, I guess. Jeez. I don't really like keeping this hand, but here we are. Okay. Guess I'll just play Mayhem Patrol, and next turn we might be able to sneak in and attack, sacrifice it, and kill both their creatures. Nope. Guess we just do this, and I'm already not liking where we're at here. Yeah, they just play a 3/4 and then... yeah, blue-white's good. You know that? That's a 2/3. Okay. Another jockey. We've got all the blitz. But they have a lot of tempo here too. They can hit us for 6 down to 8 and then play another creature, so... Oh god, that's just, it's such a demoralizing feeling, isn't it? It's like they play that and now they're probably just going to win the game. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it here. So we can't really attack anymore. So we can blitz Mayhem Patrol, attack with it, trade it for Overseer. And if they don't block, though, we do get to use Light 'em Up to sacrifice this one to kill Overseer and Informant. That would be decent for us. I think we just do this one because we have to make sure we don't die on the backswing. We're going to target that. We are technically dead next turn. Or not, the following turn to these 2 flyers if they want to attack with them both turns. What are they doing? Why are they getting priority? Well, I guess we'll keep this one. We got all the removal we need. We are here in round 2, because in round 1, we glitched, timed out, and got lost. We lost the game because we got kicked out of Arena. So, feels good. Here we are 0-1. Halo Scarab is not the creature I really want to be killing. Make a 1-1 here. Okay. We have all of... Sorry about that glitch. Don't know what that was. All the removal. Guess we can do X equals 5? Is that how that works? Yeah. Okay. These cost reduction spells always get me. Alright. Take your trade. Alright. Go ahead and eat the Quasar there, and then pass. At least we didn't have to use our removal spell on it. Scheming Fence doesn't really do much here. Gonna murder our magician? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have much extra gas here, and now we can't even casualty light him up. And our draws from here are just going to be like random mayhem patrols and things, so. And swamps. Oh, there's the Mayhem Patrol. Fine trading a 1/1 and a light 'em up for a regulator here. Fair, fair. We'll get back Quasar here. Probably Echo Inspector, I would think. Or Larcenist, maybe. There's the more lands coming in, so this one's pretty much over. And there's Rafine. Here are the lands. Here come the lands. They gain 3 life. They've got all the flyers. They're going to be conniving 3 times a turn. Oof. Oh, they got the Seraph back. They didn't get Quasar. Okay. The art looks very similar to me. I think this one's pretty much over here. There's more land. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only have 6 lands in our last 16. So what do we got? 7, 8, 9. All they have to do is discard 2 non-lands and we lose here. So, oh, they just didn't do it. Can we find a way? Oh, that was so close. Put them to 1. Yeah, oh well. Alright. See if we can find a win in this draft. Alright, on the play with the Body Dropper into Plasma Jockey into Girder Goons. So, yeah, we'll keep this here. Alright, I see your body dropper. Would very much like a land. It's not quite a land. I guess we're blitzing this here then? Not a bad draw if we can find another land next turn. Find another mountain, maybe. No need to block there. Ugh. Alright, do they murder something here? Oh, we gotta murder the body dropper. No? Okay, I'll just keep letting it happen. Lands are overrated. Who needs them? At least they're stuck too. Okay. There we go. So I think we have lethal. So if we... No. Oh, darn. We need an extra land for it. We could blitz goons, and then they would double block here. We could blitz patrol, sack it to Fatal Grudge. They would have to sack a creature. We would draw 2 cards, and they would... This would have be a 6/6 out of range of these. They would have to chump. And then we still have like 3 removal spells for next turn and 2 blitzed goons. We could also Strangle and Torch Breath, put them to 1. We could do that next turn, though, too, when they're already at 1. Let's do this. These are the draws that red-black needs. Like, this is going well, even without the land. We have all of the blitz creatures. We got removal. We can push all the damage through, so. Alright, you have to chump. Okay, kind of like all these. Murder's just a little bit too slow in this hand, honestly. I think I'm going to get rid of that. We've already got 2 removal spells and all the blitz we need here. That couldn't have been right. So is there a way we win? We can blitz Mayhem Patrol, kill a creature, sacrifice it, give this menace, and get in. Yeah, I think that works. We could also just light him up over here. But, yeah. I'm not sure I've ever used the sacrifice mode to give this menace before. But when it works, it works. Man, what a draw we had this game. Okay, on the play here. Pretty good hand. We can cast Murder with the lands we already have. We don't necessarily need to blitz Mayhem Patrol. I think I'm going to lead on Initiate in the event that we do want to blitz this at some point. So... Custodian, okay. I think I'll play the Patrol here unblitzed. Okay. Alright. I think Girder Goons are coming in. They'll likely trade for Initiate, and that's okay with me. Alright, we're gonna have to make sure we don't draw many more lands if we want to push through this last little bit of damage here. I think we can do this and then possibly use Antagonize if we want to here. Do we want to save the 2/2? The 2/2 is pretty good on this board right now, and we have Murder coming next turn that can still attack, so I think we do want to save the 2/2. Now, if they just play a random 4-drop, then we can Murder it and then get in with everything still. Okay. And another Custodian. Alright. Not a bad draw. We can put them to 2 right now. And next turn we can have Body Dropper, Activation with Menace, and Murder, so they would need 3 blockers. And even then it may not be good enough. We can put them to 1 technically, but 1's not 0, so... Do we want to keep around our 2/2 at the expense of 4 more damage? And I think the answer to that question is also yes. Because again, this 2/2 still attacks well on this board. So they go to 4. We're holding up Murder for anything that ends up being a problem here. That is not the definition of a problem. Do we Murder this thing now? I mean, they're at 6. We're going to be attacking with everything. So, I mean, I guess they probably have their own Murder. Well... They've got something, and it's probably Murder, so if we take like their random 1/1, that's just not good enough. Are we okay if they trade both of these for Body Dropper? The answer to that is yes, because then we still have 2 lethal threats and a way to kill, and probably a 3rd lethal threat. So they're going to have a ton of answers if they trade for the Body Dropper. But what I think's going to happen here is they're going to murder the Body Dropper and then double block one of these. No? Okay, I'm cool with that. Oh, they might be able to eat the Body Dropper with the Gold Hound first strike. So they're going to use a combat trick on Gold Hound, probably. They still have to go to 2. Oh, they're going to kill the Mayhem Patrol. Well, then this survives, I guess, right? Yeah, I think that wasn't correct. So that's awkward. Alright. Bit of a misplay by the opponent, but we'll take the wins where we get them. Alright, so this is another hand like that first game where we're just not doing anything, like, the whole time. We can't even cast Murder guaranteed. I'm just going to mulligan this one and then end up with a hand that's worse. So we'll take this one. I don't even know. I mean, guess light him up. This could be a quick game, game 5 here. It's just that first hand didn't do anything. Like, we're just sitting there, like, playing a land, passing, and then, I mean, we had no creatures really. We had removal we couldn't cast, so. Not that this hand's any better, but when you mulligan, you don't know what you're getting. May as well. Probably should have held it, because that's the better one to kill, so. Alright, too little, too late? I don't know. We can go Magician, make a treasure, play Requisitioner. That'll probably do it. God. Nightclubber is just, it's unfair. We just hard cast a Plasma Jockey here? I mean, no real reason to blitz it necessarily. Yep, take 4. Get rid of this, I guess, because we have no sack outlet. And then die to a lifelinker. Well, no need to blitz, so we'll just cast this here. And I think their deck is going to have better draws than our deck will, but let's just hope they have 16 lanes in a row. That's a great answer to go to Goons. Well, there's our 16 lanes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotta trade with Nightclubber here, I guess. I was gonna say light 'em up's not bad, except it can only kill one of these. And I guess the clock? Like, if we pass, they're going to attack us, and then this is lethal. I guess we have to try to get rid of the Echo Inspector. They have an answer, though, so... They, like, slip out the back or something. Okay. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. There's Nightclubber. Here's Plasma Jockey, not quite dead yet, but very close. And the train seems to be signaling the end of our run here. So, 2 and 3, the deck was not great. We kind of, I mean, we got timed out in the first game, so that really didn't help our cause either. But we had a couple of really good games there with the deck. It's not consistent enough, you know. It doesn't have enough big threats, and that's the problem with some of these low to the ground red-black decks in this format and a lot of formats, to be honest. So. But that seemed to be what was open in our seat. Red was just wide open, so we're just going to take the red cards, and sometimes this is how the draft ends up. But thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video. We have our trophy playlist during the end screen, as well as yesterday's video in case you missed it. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow for your daily draft.